Welcome to Marketing and Mindset for Wellness Coaches, the podcast for health coaches and wellness entrepreneurs just like you who are building a business, making the world a healthier place, and designing a first-class life. I'm your host, Kim Foster, MD and certified business coach, and I'm on a mission to help you up-level your strategy and raise your mindset so you can truly thrive and grow your business. Let's get started. Well, hi there. Welcome to today's episode. I hope you're doing well. We are in the full throes of gorgeous spring here in the Pacific Northwest. I love this season a lot. My boys and I planted a garden a few weeks ago and things are starting to come up now, like radishes and carrots, and we are just getting a ton of sun right now, which is great. We're spending as much time outside as we can and just loving it. So before we dive into today's topic, I want to mention that doors are open for enrollment into my flagship group program, Business Academy for Coaches. This is a 4-month group program that will guide you to build a successful online coaching business from the ground up and gain monthly coaching clients. This is a live online coaching and mentorship program that I will be taking a small group through, including weekly Q&A calls, plus all the business building, branding, and marketing modules that you'll need to create every aspect of your coaching business. If you're dreaming of building a freedom-based business that will give you the impact you would love to have and the lifestyle that you desire, but you're not exactly sure where to start or how to put all the pieces together, then this program is for you. Spaces are limited for this program because I'm going to be intentionally keeping the group small and intimate. So if this sounds like something you might be interested in, I encourage you to check out the details sooner rather than later. I'll put a link in the show notes, but you can simply go to my website, drkimfoster.com/academy to learn more and to book a call with me to see if you would be a good fit for the group. Okay, so that said, let's dive into the topic for today. The question is the coaching marketplace saturated? I hear this a lot. I hear a lot of people saying that the reason that they can't get paying clients is because there are too many other coaches out there, too much competition. So let's talk about that. Here's my take. While I don't believe that the market is saturated, I do believe that it's getting crowded. There are increasing numbers of coaches out there, and coaching in general is becoming more mainstream. And that is exactly why you need to stand out. You need to differentiate, and you need to resonate deeply with your potential clients. So that's what I want to talk about in today's episode. A big piece of this is a mindset reframe. Instead of saying the market is saturated, which is a closed statement and doesn't really invite problem solving, instead, I encourage you to say, how can I stand out? How can I differentiate myself from all the other coaches out there and really leverage my uniqueness? Those are much better quality questions to ask yourself. And when you ask yourself high quality questions, your brain is hardwired to want to find solutions. So let's talk about how to stand out, how to carve out your own space in the coaching marketplace. And here is one thing I know for sure. You're not going to get there with cookie cutter stuff, with a brand that's just like everyone else, by using the same done-for-you programs that everybody else is using in your sector and just maybe sticking your name on it or changing the colors or the font a little bit. I have seen a lot of coaches buy a DFY or done-for-you program like a sugar detox or a gut health program or something like that, and then try and sell it. And well, it's really tragic because they come across like every other health coach selling the exact same thing. And this is where branding comes in, specifically unique, authentic branding, paired with your own signature offer, of course, but it's the branding that will attract your dream clients and really pull them in and create that strong connection so that they want to learn more about your offerings. And when you craft a truly unique brand, there is no competition. A wow factor brand, a standout brand that is uniquely, authentically you, makes the competition irrelevant. Now, when I say authentic, I mean authentic and aligned with the business that you want to create, and also aligned and authentic with you. In my view of things, a brand is a promise of an experience, all wrapped up with your unique personality and the work that you do. So, what is the experience you want your ideal clients to have? How do you want them to feel? Buying is all about emotion, and that's what branding is, designing a particular emotional reaction. What I've noticed is that many coaches in the beginning of their business building journey make the mistake of minimizing the importance of branding and just go out in the marketplace without a brand. The thought process behind this is usually, well, I'll just brand myself later. I'll think about that down the road. Right now, I just want to get out there and start serving clients and generating some income. And of course, while I do support the mission to get out there and help people, you will find that without a brand, you'll find yourself competing on price and competing on features instead of drawing people to you and commanding the market and attracting the right people who are drawn to you because of your brand and what you stand for. In my coaching business, I have been very focused on using branding since an early stage to really help differentiate myself and attract my ideal clients to me. It has been a key component to my own success, and it has also been a key thing that I help my clients with to help them find success too. So if you're clear that one of the key strategies that will help you stand out in a crowded marketplace is to be really intentional with your branding, then let's talk about the how. Let's talk about how to create a brand that will help you show up in the marketplace with the right message and create the right emotional connection with your potential clients so they will choose you over your competition. Now, some coaches may resist this to a certain degree. They may not like the idea of branding or the images that it conjures in terms of being, manipulative maybe, or salesy or superficial. But the truth is, if you're in business, you are a brand, whether you like it or not. Prospective clients will have an emotional reaction when they encounter your business or you, either online or in person, and what they're reacting to is your brand. So whether you intend them to or not, they will have an emotional response to your brand. And let me tell you, it's better to have this be intentional. People will respond to and form an opinion of your brand, and the smart coach will do everything in her power to help people have the desired response. As a coach, it's an important part of attracting people to you, not just anyone, but your ideal client. A high-quality brand identity will set you apart from the competition. So in my view, there are 5 key goals of a strong, authentic brand. 1 is to connect with your ideal client on an emotional level. 2 is to deliver your message with clarity. 3 is to inspire and motivate your ideal client. 4 is to reinforce your authority. And 5 is to strengthen audience loyalty. So I want to take a second and just talk about a little bit more about authenticity in branding, because it's important to make people feel like they really know you. And what I'm talking about here is transparency and authenticity, which is getting visible and showing the real you and sharing behind the scenes and sharing stories and not being afraid to be a bit vulnerable and show the real you. That is really important. So when I talk about branding, I'm talking about first and foremost being authentic. This isn't about creating a brand that is totally foreign to who you really are, like it's something put together in a lab. That is not a good idea. That is not going to work. We like people who are just like us, and we also like people who are real. On social media, there's so much that just feels like the highlight reel of everybody's life, and it's not real anymore. People today are craving realness, and that means that when you show up in your brand or your website or on social media or in video, people want you to be real. And that's going to be different for everybody. Some people are very casual, some people are more formal and maybe even elegant and sophisticated, and that's legitimately who they are. Some people are all about luxury and a jet-set life, and then some people are all about nature and the outdoors. There isn't one right way to be. It's more about what is real for you. The main thing is that you don't try to become someone you're not, and you come across as real and authentically you. So that is a general primer on branding, what it means to be a truly authentic standout brand, which I think is the very first step in designing a brand. Now, you might be thinking that in order to have a unique, beautiful brand, you might have to hire a branding coach or spend thousands on a brand strategist or somebody who can design something for you. But the truth is, you don't have to do that. You can create your own unique wow factor, authentic brand that is all about you when you tap into your own brand, or what I call your brand code. Working on branding is one of the most fun parts of my job as a business mentor and coach, and I really love it. Plus, it makes a huge difference for my clients and students. And over the years, I have perfected a framework for branding that's easy to implement, yet really high impact. Now, I think I'll save the exact breakdown of what I call your brand code for a future episode because there are several components that go into an effective brand. So look for that episode in the future. But let's just recap. Let's go back to that initial question that I asked. Is the coaching market saturated? And my personal belief is that no, it's not saturated, but it is getting crowded. And that's because coaching is going mainstream, which of course there is good news and bad news about that. And the good news is that a few years ago, nobody knew what coaching was, but now people are actively looking for coaches to help them live their best lives. The bad news is that going mainstream means that there are thousands of coaches in the market. Basically, if you want to stand a chance in the coaching industry, you need to create a unique brand and a strategic marketing plan. A few years ago, it might have worked to position yourself as a generalist, somebody who can help people with any and all of their health issues and life obstacles, but those days are over. In a crowded marketplace, if you show up like a generalist with a vague message and an amateur presence, you're going to get lost in the crowd. So some of the things that you need to do right now are: 1, you cannot be a generalist, jack of all trades. You must have a dialed in niche. 2 is you must get very clear on your unique selling proposition or your marketing won't work. 3 is you need to create a unique brand to stand out. Branding is queen, and that is what I have devoted a chunk of this episode talking about. 4 is you need to start now. Of that list, number 4 is possibly the most important one. And the reason for that is because if you wait like another 6 months or a year, the other coaches in your niche will have built their websites and their brands. They'll have worked with clients, which means that they'll have more testimonials and more experience and more visibility than you. And then potential clients will choose them over you. You'll be playing catch up and trying to make up for lost time and progress. Truth is, business is based on seasons. You can't just choose when you enter a market because it pleases you then. You have to make hay while the sun shines. So whether you feel ready or not, now is your time. If you don't make a name for yourself now, you are making it so much harder for yourself down the road. And then the opportunity might just slip away. The coaches who start now will build their brands and their tribe. But the coaches who wait will be left in the dust. And I just say this because I do not want that to happen to you. I teach coaches how to start and grow their coaching businesses. It's what I do. I invested in my own success many years ago, and now I've created the framework that has helped others find the same level of success and fulfillment. To be frank, you really just can't afford to waste time trying to do it all on your own. Sure, you could take 1 or 2 years to figure out everything from scratch and build your brand and your positioning from scratch, but by then your competition is going to be dominating the market and your business just won't stand a chance. I know this really sounds harsh, but it is true. So if you are ready to get into action mode, if you're done with waiting and you know that waiting will put you in a position of playing catch up with all the other coaches out there who are not waiting, then I invite you to book a call with me to talk about whether you would be a good fit for my program, Business Academy for Coaches, and find out how I can turn you into one of the leading coaches in your niche. I'll put the link in the show notes and then let's get started. Okay, that is all that I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope it helped you see how you can reframe the limiting belief of, oh, the market is too crowded into how can I differentiate myself from the competition? And then also a primer on what it means to create a unique, authentic, standout brand and how to get started on branding. And now I would love to hear from you. Drop me a line on Facebook or Instagram to let me know what you think and how you plan to create a standout brand. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you. As always, take care, stay well, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.